Hello, my amazing second grade artists. Welcome to another week of virtual art. This week we are going to be starting a new art class project. So let's take a look at my example. Ooh, I see some different colors. I see some different designs if I look really close. And I also see a face and what looks like the shape of either maybe a flower or a sun, depending on what your paper might look like, my friends. This week, we are studying some cultural art, my friends, and we are going to be starting our Mexican Coco Suns. Now, when I say the word Coco, I want you to think about the movie Coco, which is an Hispanic movie made by Disney that celebrates El Dia de los Muertos, the Day of the Dead. So, our own Coco Suns are also going to be celebrating Hispanic culture, and that leads me to our learning target, my friends. So, I'll go first. Read our target. Here I go. I can create cultural art. Remember, there are many different cultures of the world, many different ways to celebrate cultures, whether it's looking at artwork, creating your own artwork, even trying different foods from different cultures is another way to celebrate. So our own art project is going to be celebrating Mexican culture. The reason why we are celebrating Mexican culture is because from September 15th through October 15th, it is actually Hispanic Heritage Month. Now, I know we're a little late getting to it, but we can still celebrate Hispanic cultures all year round, even if we are a little bit late for missing their month. Now, with that being said, and now that we know why we're making what we're making, let's go ahead and find out what art supplies we need to make our Coco Suns. All right, my second grade and multi-age friends, here are the art supplies that we are going to need in order to start our Coco Suns. I have my red art folder. I have a pencil and scissors. I'm going to need some sort of glue, whether it's glue bottle or glue stick. And I need some sort of colors. Now, you have some options, my friends. You can use markers or crayons, but please don't try to use paint, my friends, because otherwise your paint might not be able to be painted in all the details that we need to add to our suns. Now, importantly, I do need, my friends, also to have either a black marker, or if you don't have a black marker, to have a Sharpie, okay? Because we're going to be tracing up some of those details so they don't get lost while we are coloring. So make sure you also have a black marker or Sharpie. If you need to pause the video here and go grab your art supplies, you can, my friends. I'm going to go ahead right now. I'm just going to go ahead and push these off to the side because I don't need those just yet. Now I'm going to open up my art folder. Now you friends are going to find, if you're all caught up, that these are the last two things that are in our first quarter art folder, and that's all right, my friends. We're going to tuck these away later in our art folder, so I'm not going to get rid of it just yet. I'm setting it right off to the side, and I'm going to just pull out these two pieces of paper. There should be a small yellow square, and there should also be a large piece of paper. Now yours is probably going to be different from mine. Yours might be the same. Some friends will, but not everyone's will. Your paper might be pink, light blue, red, or orange, and it might have a different shape than mine. Mine kind of looks more like a flower, but some of the different shapes that my friends might find include more of it, like what I call a shield kind of shape, or more of a true to sun or star kind of shape. So those could be what your sun looks like. I always like giving you friends some different ones, and I'm sorry if you didn't get your favorite, but I hope that you enjoy the one that you did get. Now, I know many of you are probably thinking, ooh, I should just cut this out right away. No, not yet, because if we put it in our folder cut out, it might get damaged. So we're going to leave that alone for a moment. I want to start with our sun's faces today. So in order to have a nice round face, we had been practicing our last art project, drawing and cutting out circles. This time, though, my friends, you don't need many different circles like on our Hunter Wiser trees. This time you only need one very large circle. So on your yellow paper, I want you to take your time and try to draw the biggest, roundest, curviest, brightest circle that you could for your sun's face. Now I'm drawing nice and light, rounding it out. And again, I'm trying to make it as big as this piece of paper is. My circle is coming just about all the way to the edges of my paper. I'm going to hold it up because I know I draw kind of light, my friends, so you can see it a little bit easier. There's my nice large circle. I'm going to go ahead and cut it out right away. So if you're doing this with me, my friends, right now you could grab up your pencil and draw your nice large circle. Again, if it's not as big as this piece of paper is, try flipping your paper over and drawing again on the back side, or erasing your pencil marks and try again. Because if you make your son's face too small, it's going to be very, very hard to draw all the details that we need to put on our son's face. All right, I've cut mine out. Again, if you need to pause the video and catch up with me, I'm just going to check that, yep, that is nice and big and fits really nice and well in the middle of my sun shape. I have some extra pencil marks, so I might go in and erase them just to make my work the best that I can make it. Because I know I can do better than leaving those pencil marks there. If you have a nice eraser as well, or a good eraser at the end of your pencil, this might be a good opportunity, you friends, to just do a little bit of erasing to help fix up your circle, make it look your best. All right, at the end of our lesson this week, we will be gluing it down to the middle. But for right now, I'm not going to glue it yet, because if I glue it first and I try to draw on it while it's wet, some of my details might get ripped and ruined. So instead of gluing first, I'm going to draw some of my details first. And I have a couple of options that you friends might want to look at. Here are some different sun faces that I designed. Each face features a different nose, different eyes, different eyebrows, different mouths, and different details such as cute little rosy cheeks or different forehead designs, even fun different little things under the eyes or around the face. Now, what I want to do by showing you these, my friends, is just give you some ideas. There's no wrong way to make your son's face, but your son's face has to include 2 eyes, a nose, a mouth, and at least one extra detail, such as eyebrows or rosy cheeks or something on the forehead design. So I'm going to go ahead, I'm going to pick some of these right now for mine. Again, you don't have to pick the same ones as me. You can mix and match. Like if you like this nose, but you like those eyes, and you like that mouth, and those, you can pick and choose what you want to do. Or, again, you can make your own. So if you need to right now, go ahead and pause the video. That way you can look at these different faces and different ideas and start drawing your face on your large yellow circle. I'm going to go ahead and draw mine, but I'm going to speed this step up a little bit, my friends. That way you don't have to watch me drawing the whole time. So again, if you need to pause the video, you can. I'm going to speed this part up. Here I go. So my artist, I went ahead, I picked different parts of different faces that I liked, and I added them all together to make one face that I enjoy. Again, yours should look different from mine. Please try to create your own fun and different face using either different parts of these or creating your own. Now, if you're feeling a little confused on how to draw some of these, remember, when we're looking at things, try to break them down into lines and shapes. For example, when I was drawing my eyes, I started with a big circle, and then I drew a straight line through the middle, and I used the letter U to make the inside part. On other parts like the mouth, I started with a straight line and a curve. I drew the different straight lines so I could see the teeth. I did a triangle for the nose. So it's all about thinking about those different lines and shapes, and even sometimes letters to help you break it down. Now that I have my face drawn out, I'm going to grab my black marker, or again, you can use a Sharpie if you have it, and I'm going to trace these details up. Again, if you need to pause the video here, you can. I'm going to speed this part up again, so that way it's a little bit quicker and you can see my son's face a little bit easier. So here I go. Now I have my son's face all Sharpied up. If you notice, I didn't color anything in yet, because that is our next step, my friends. So the first thing I want you to notice is the pupils and the eyes of all the different suns. Those are the only thing that are colored in with black. Mexican culture has many different vibrant and bright colors that they like to use in their artwork. And that's what I want you friends to do on your artwork as well. When you're ready to start coloring again, you can use markers or crayons, or I even like to use a little bit of both. For example, maybe I'll go ahead and maybe I'll even make my son's teeth blue, just because I think that would be pretty crazy to have some fun blue teeth. Now, because my paper is a little bit yellow, it might make my blue look green on the screen, but I am using a blue crayon right now, so I'm going to push just a little bit harder with it to make it look maybe a little bit darker. And I'm going to color all my different details in using some fun colors. If we were in the art room, I would be using construction paper crayons, my friends, because those work better on our colored paper, but because you don't have them at home, using either regular crayons or markers is the best thing to use. So one more time, I'm going to speed up my coloring step just so we can get to our last step today. If you need to pause the video one more time here, please do, so that way you can catch up with me, okay? Here I go. So here is my fun sun's face. Again, I used many different colors on mine, but you can pick whatever colors you want to use on your sun's face, my friends. All right, artists. So our last step for this week, we're going to go ahead and we're going to glue our sun's face into the middle of our sun shape. Now you need to decide which way your face is going to go. But when you know which way it's going to go, remember, flip it over and use your glue. If you have glue stick, go around your circle at least 3 times to make sure that it sticks well. Maybe even push a little bit harder on your glue stick if there's not enough glue. Or if you have glue bottle, just do your dots of glue going around in a circle, just like I'm doing right now, with small little dots, not lots, around my circle. So that way I can glue my sun face into the middle of my sun shape. And I'm going to press and hold. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. That is where we are going to stop this week, my friends. Next week, we're going to look at many different designs that we might be able to use around the different parts of our sun, and I will show you how to put those in your different suns. But for this week, it's time to clean up. I'm going to say my goodbye, and as always, my artists, have fun creating.